to get to know if I could be the kind of girl
Okay.
you could be down
Ready?
to. 'Cause when I look at you, I feel something tell me
I'm so
that
awkward.
you're the kind of
Okay,
guy that
ready?
I should
Are
be.
you ready? Okay. Hi guys, welcome back to my channel. Today I'm going to do a Q&A with Mr. Lawrence Turner. He is a personal trainer and my friend. Anyways, he has a channel too, so you need to go ahead and check it out. I'll leave a description in the link below, in the box, in the description box below. And I'll also put like one of his videos up here. So I asked you guys on the internet, what fitness advice did y'all want to know? And I ain't got all the answers, so I had to reach out to my good friend. So first off, the first question I got is, how often do I need to work out?
Alright, so basically, how often you should work out is really determined basically on your goal. So, the easiest way to explain it is the more you work out, the faster you'll get to your goal. The less you work out, the longer it's going to take to get to your goal. That's pretty much the simplest way to put it. So, if you're in a rush to get to a goal, for example, to lose so much weight by a certain time, then I would suggest you should be working out pretty much every day. If you're on a more patient scale and you don't mind waiting and doing it at a more slowly pace, then you can take your time with it and work out maybe 3 times a week.
Okay, how often do I work out? And how long?
How long you work out is really based upon your body type and again based upon your goals. A hard 30 minutes is actually all that you need unless you have goals that are a little more difficult than the average person. If you're just working on bettering yourself, 30 minutes a day of working out is good. But if you're working on competing against someone else, then now you're talking into working out for an hour and a half, maybe 2 hours, because now you're not working on bettering yourself, you're working on competing against other people who are probably working harder than you expect them to.
So just for the average Joe, or like someone who just wants to lose weight consistently and just maintain a healthy lifestyle, what would you say would be the
I
most?
believe working out 30 minutes 4 times a week is pretty good for reaching your standard fitness goal.
Okay, and then we got a question from Summer. She said, how to curb these chocolate brownie cravings, exclamation mark, exclamation mark, exclamation mark, help.
So the reason why people have cravings is that our body naturally craves 3 macronutrients: fats, carbs, and protein. When you're craving a brownie, it's not that you're craving a brownie particularly, you're craving a sugar in general. Sugars come from so many different sources. It doesn't have to be a sweet, it can be a fruit, it can be a vegetable, but it's a source of carbohydrate that you are craving. And if you feed yourself fruit, for example, you won't have that craving for brownies anymore. But again, let's say I ask you, have you ever had a strawberry cheesecake donut?
Mm.
Well, if you say no, then you can't crave it because you've never had it before. But if your body is used to craving that specific carbohydrate, then when your body's ready to when your body's ready to crave a carb, that's the carb it's going to use, the one that it's most familiar with. So if you start resetting your mind to eat more fruit, it's a phase where you're going to have to eat more fruit, and eventually your body will start to crave fruit instead of that brownie that you're craving.
Right. Sometimes people go through like a withdrawal phase of sugar, right?
If you're going through a withdrawal phase of sugar, again, it's more of a mental factor now. It's that you just want that brownie, and it's probably because it gives you more comfort. Because again, if you feed yourself fruit, then that craving for brownies won't be there anymore. But you're emotionally attached to the brownie.
Gotcha. So we have from Mr. Anthony Frazier, how someone that works many hours every week that is knocking at 50's door can find time to work out, eat right, and lose weight without killing oneself.
The issue that a lot of people are not understanding and why they're not reaching their fitness goals is because they're not putting fitness high on their priority list. They're not putting it at the top of the food chain with eating or sleeping or having time on their cell phone. Once you put fitness on that level, then that's when you'll really see results. There might be other little items you can do throughout the house that might make up life a little bit easier, that gives you a little more time. For example, something that I do is I wash all my clothes, fold them out, and I have my outfits laid out for the week. So in the morning, that saves me 5 minutes of trying to figure out what I need to use, what I need to wear for the day. That 5 minutes plus maybe meal prepping is another 10 minutes, and I don't have to worry about what I'm eating for lunch. That's 15 minutes. So slowly but surely, there's little stuff you can do to save time that will make you time to work out. But you have to put that on the priority list. It might have to be as far as I'm going to do this workout before I go to sleep, but you have to find time.
True. True. What are your priorities? Are you okay? Some water. Okay, May, my former intern. How to motivate yourself to how to motivate yourself to keep and sustain a healthy lifestyle. And I added this, how to be consistent.
The only way to motivate yourself is there are two ways. One, the foods you eat can literally determine how much your self-motivation level is, because there are actually hormones in our bodies that make us happy and make us sad. So if you're feeding those hormones with healthy fruits and vegetables, then you'll always be self-motivated. The second is just understanding that we have to understand that whatever we want in life is more important than the temporary cravings that we have.
Okay. How do you stay motivated?
I stay motivated because I understand that what I want in life is more important than the superficial fun that people believe that I need to have every day.
True. Life. Okay. So, how to increase energy and decrease laziness in terms of what foods to eat and which foods to avoid. So I guess like what foods make me feel like not do anything and what foods make me productive.
So personally, I never am tired and I never run out of energy because I'm on a vegan diet. So all I eat is fruits and vegetables. And when you eat a diet that's composed of foods that are high in nutrients, vitamins, minerals, phytonutrients, then you'll never be sleepy. Once you start having foods in your diet, such as processed foods or foods that are a little bit harder to digest, that put more work on your body, then now you're getting into foods that are making you feel lethargic. You need to fill yourself up with foods that have a high vitamin content and a high mineral content. That's what will help you keep the blood flow going nice and strong. It's just in general, it's the food, and fruits and vegetables is the one that I particularly suggest for clients that have a low energy level.
Well, what if they don't want to eat just fruits and vegetables? What can they eat?
If you don't want to eat fruits and vegetables, then there's no possible way for you to have high energy levels.
But how are you supposed to eat fruits and vegetables every single meal? Like,
You have to, if you look on the daily food pyramid or myfoodplate.gov, they tell you that you should have a meal composed of at least 1/3 of your plate vegetables. The reason is because it gives you energy. So without it, no other source of food provides energy. Everything else might provide fat or provide protein. But carbs is the only pretty much source of energy. It's the only macronutrient that can give you a source of energy, to keep it simple.
okay. Just have the fruit and vegetable there along with.
Correct.
Okay. Good stuff. Okay. This is for the guys out there. It might be for some girls too. So if you want to bulk up, what are good, healthy sources of protein? This is a 3-part question. It's talking about. So let's start with that.
So, particularly, in my opinion, if you want to bulk up, lentil pasta is a great source of protein. It is very high in carbs, fats, and protein, and will help you bulk up. Sometimes we consume too much protein and not enough of our other macronutrients, such as carbs and fats, and that's what's causing us to not gain weight at the rate that we would like. We have to consume a lot of food in general, especially protein, to put on size.
Okay, and then they say, how much calories should you consume?
So there's no cookie cut theory to determine how many calories you need to gain weight or lose weight. It's solely based upon your body. But the one advice I would give is this: you need to write down everything you're eating throughout the week. If that week you gain weight, then you should go back and see what you ate that week and either cut out or add to your weight your eating program to help you either gain or lose weight. But if you're not writing anything down, then there's no way to determine what's helping you lose weight or what's helping you gain weight.
Okay. So, what recommended workouts for the same questions for people to put that?
To bulk up, you must put heavier demand on your muscles. So if one day you decide to bench 135, if you want to get bigger, you need to bench 145 the next week. Then the next week 155. You have to keep increasing the load that you are placing onto your muscles. Without increasing load, you will not gain muscle. If you don't believe in gaining weight and you want to, if you don't believe in lifting weights to gain muscle and you want to do just body weight, then if you did 25 push-ups one week, you need to increase to 35 push-ups the next week and so forth.
So it doesn't just have to be weight room time. Best way to lower body fat, workout and diet. That's what you're trying to do right now.
So basically the best way to lower your body fat percentage is to lower your fat intake. A lot of times we aren't keeping track of how much fat we're consuming. If you consume too much fat, then that's one issue that could be causing you to maintain the fat level you're at or gain fat. If you want to cut fat, cut the fat from your diet. Something else you can do is try increasing your cardio. If you decide that you enjoy how much you eat right now, then increase your cardio loads, and that'll help you burn fat as well.
Okay, cool. And you gotta know what fat is when you do that video on leads.
Yes, and that's true. Fat isn't, for example, I know a lot of people who enjoy snacking on nuts, and nuts are very high in fat. You know, you need to Google foods that are high in fat, or really look at the nutrition content or the nutrition label of all the foods you eat, and you can see how much fat is in the diet or in the food that you're eating.
Right, and then they have apps for that too, like FoodUK or MyFitnessPal, and you can like track everything that you're eating, and then it will tell you how much fat are in each thing or how much fat you had for the day as well. So that can help you out. I used to do that when I was trying to lose weight. And it drove me crazy, but it made me know what was like how many calories were in each food. So now I don't have to like look at it anymore. But how to deal with loose skin?
Loose skin or flabby skin is caused usually on women from eating a low protein diet. Our body goes into starvation mode, and when it goes into starvation mode, it decides to eat away the muscle tissue in our body. That's what's causing us to have loose skin or flabby skin. Women go on these crash diets and consume not that many calories, and now our body's panicking. It decides to eat everything, all the muscles in our body, and decides to store everything we consume as fat. And if you want to avoid that, you need to start consuming more protein in your diet as you're losing weight. Don't cut a lot of calories because now your body's going into panic mode. To prevent panic mode, again, eat more protein in your diet and don't do crash diets that make you not eat that much food throughout the day.
But what if you just had you are just turned over to like a healthy lifestyle and you just started to lose weight and now you have loose skin?
You won't have loose skin if your protein intake is high.
Any protein, plant-based protein, or
any protein, as long as you're consuming enough of it as you're losing weight, you'll never get flabby skin.
gotcha. Okay, and so the last question, which is my question, is how do you get a snatched waist and a pump booty, but still keep your boobs?
All you need to do is, for women who want to work on just making certain body parts thicker, such as the ass, the thighs, the legs in general, you need to just increase the workload on your legs. A lot of time women believe that if I do a lot of running or a lot of cardio, I'll get to my fitness goal. And they wonder why they lose their curves is because you're not working out your legs, you're just burning everything in your body. Do a lot of weights on your legs and it'll definitely keep you thick, as well as making sure you're eating enough protein. Every muscle in our legs is what's making our legs look huge. But unless you're feeding that muscle, it won't grow. So work out your legs and then feed it with a lot of food, a lot of protein, and they'll grow and you'll never lose your curves down low.
Okay, down low. So even though I'm bulking up the bootay, but I'm still trying to get a snack choice.
Then you need to work. You need to figure out where you're eating wrong, because you might be consuming a food that's making. Well, remember this: all the extra food that we don't get used at the end of the day that isn't burned is stored as fat, and the place that is stored as fat is usually in women's stomach. So you need to start watching your fat content in general.
Okay, so and then how do you keep your boobs? Because I've lost them before, and I don't want to do that again.
Again, if you're losing your breast, then that means you're doing way too much cardio. That's what that's coming from, and you're not really maintaining a healthy diet. You're usually cutting too many calories from your diet. If you want to keep your curves, stop cutting so many calories, and do different switches to your body, to what you eat. So make sure again you're eating enough protein, as well as something that helps women maintain their breast level is actually the more you play with them, just massaging them, that actually helps the hormones in your breast stay full and actually can help grow them.
Okay, sounds good. All right, that was all of our questions for today. I hope y'all gained some information that you need. I know I did. And please subscribe, like, comment. If you have any questions that you need answered, leave them below now. I love you guys so much, and thank you. Go follow him everywhere, on YouTube, on Instagram, and his Facebook page be popping too. I be creeping. Ah! Okay, bye.
I would like to get to know if I could